Another feel safe, another feel safe, another feel safe. I just stay afraid, I just stay afraid, I just stay afraid. Another feel safe, another feel safe, another feel safe. I just stay afraid, I just stay afraid, I just stay afraid. Sometimes I go allow. I just want allow. Body na me young, but you get some man with just one for sell 'em. Get me for rituals, cut me parts and go sell 'em. I'm also human, I got my dreams, so be up, please remember. I just stay afraid, I just stay afraid, I don't feel safe, oh, hey. I'd go the hello. If I see stranger come na me, the mountain come in a one corner, oh. Hey, I go the hello. Me body na me own, you know get the right for go sell 'em, oh. Hey, I go the hello. If you see stranger call you inside motor car and they allow. Now the time comes so when they take small picking go sell 'em. Take them and them cut them part for the money and the power. Now the time comes so they go do all kind of things, we go bring them back. Then take mortal man go kill them and sell them for do them rituals. But you where they see, make you know set you mouth. If you sitting they go wrong now, you corner big phone and call. Wrong to the police, call you mama, the soldier, the chief. We all for make sure say we help for save a life. Oh, make we they allow. When nurses stranger they call one small picking now the corner. Oh, I go they allow. Me body na me right, not to for you for grab and go sell out. Hey, make we they allow. If you want for leave, no sell them for you money and power. Hey, make we they allow. Make we raise we voice for protect the small picking when not get voice. Hey, I go they allow. Protect the picking the woman or person waiting at use. Oh, make we they allow. They need we help, they need we voice. Oh, call the police, call the soldier or the chief. Call you mama, call you papa, brother or sister. Say mama, mama, papa, papa. Cry for help, call, raise your voice. Say mama, papa.
Master Grace on the beat.
Mama, you don't sew me clothes? Mama!
Yes.
What do you they do?
I don't saw the scratch though. Now just the top number now left.
What do you mean by not sew the skirt? Mama, service don't start and they keep for saying
Give me
that.
25 minutes, man. I just the top number. Wait.
Mama, I don't get time.
Wait, 25 minutes. Now I have the app. Don't
Lights don't go.
Okay, mommy, you know waiting lights don't go. So wait, my one go quick up like this junction. I'm go buy headset to put on.
Mama,
Give me 30. Give me 30 minutes and they can't quick.
Enter agent on Sunday. But you not get free money.
I feel money.
Give me your meter number.
Oh,
You they pay me money back.
what do you mean? 00.
Don't let lights out affect your work. Use AfriMoney to buy top up for your EDSA meter. Dial *161 *2 *1 hash now and top up your EDSA meter anytime, any day.
Ah, mommy, the lights don't come. I feel money now, magic, mommy. Mommy, you tough, mommy. You kind of there. You,
Mama,
ah,
make clothes.
AfriMoney, quick and easy.
It's a new year, and your favorite show is back again with a bang. Say hello to Radio Fry Fry's mid-morning show, The Brunch, from Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. till 12 midday. on 97.1 FM, live on our Facebook page, Radio Fry Fry, and on our website, www.fryfry.live. Experience and enjoy authentic, thought-provoking conversations on every reality. Share your stories and let's debate over great music and so much more wherever you are. On The Brunch, we talk about everything, and I mean everything.
Hello, good morning, and welcome again to your favorite show, The Brunch Show on Radio 97.1 FM. Today, I'm excited because we are going to be talking about self-love. And we don't talk about how possible love you, what is love in the very first place, what love is not, and God in type of love. Now they can talk about how you for love yourself. And most people are so dependent on the fact that other person for love them, but they don't even know, say, the very most paramount thing is to love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, you can accept anything as love. But before we go into that, we want to talk about the verse. So forget the verse of the day, the quote of the day, the engagement question. As we know now, we don't bring the show to an hour. We mean, say, after the first 15 minutes, you can call and give your contribution. So we go over to the verse of the day, and it say, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. We are the works of God, and it take in time for make you sit down and watch yourself say you not like yourself. Or you not like how God make you not like you food, you not like you, you not like you is, And this they come from Psalm 139, verse 14. You are wonderfully made. The works, the miracle of God. And we go to the quote for today, coming from Charlie Cole. It says, self-love is not selfish. You cannot truly love another until you know how to love yourself. You cannot truly love another until you know how to love yourself. So, me, where they are today, my name is Meiko. May I get me a wonderful guest?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, you tell people that you name.
So, my name is Mahawa Kumara.
Mm-hmm.
I am a business person and entrepreneur. I work in the cosmetics industry. I am from the UK, but I'm not salon person. So so I'm really excited to be here with you this morning, talking about self-love and all things.
So we want to talk about self-love very quickly. And before we talk about self-love, one get the engagement question. We go talk about 50 minutes. You go call 15 minutes into the show. You call 0889719. Hold that number first. 088971971. 15 minutes more get the foundation of the topic that you can call and tell we answer this engagement question. What are the 3 things you love about yourself? So I'm not going to call one, but today want me to think about them. Hold the number, think about them. Think about 3 things so you really love about yourself. And so what make you call? But we're going to the topic proper and the self-love. We'll talk about self-love. People not even know it in any mean or not even come for realize say I can really love myself. Some man go say, man just want to learn how to love somebody else. Where the most paramount thing now for love yourself first. Because even the Bible say love your neighbor as you like yourself. As you like yourself. Even though the neighbor come first, but the ending is where it really starts. As you like yourself. So if you don't like yourself, how you go like other person? So the very paramount thing is about loving yourself. And we talk about love is kind. People think about it as love is somebody else in a kind way. But love yourself also by being kind to yourself. So I don't know if you go and just rub much more about self-love, about how maybe from personal experiences, how you don't grow up for love yourself. Because sometimes even when they grow up with the fact that we have peer group pressure, people in the way they grow up with, they look so nice, life looks so effortless, they look so fine, and they are fine, and they are state. So you come to say, I wish I get this, I wish I get this. But as we grow up, we tend to really appreciate ourselves, how we are. So I don't know if you have personal experiences or you want to get into the whole self-love in general.
Okay, wow. Hello, everybody, again. Self-love is important. I think when I turned 30, one of the things I gave to myself as a gift was to actually really like myself. And so waiting that I mean is I get to understand me good, me bad, my ugly side, my flawed side, everything, all the sides that where person will complain about me, the dark side there. And I think once I reach that place where it's like, I really like myself, whether I'm being bad or good. And I think that was the gift I gave to myself as a 30-year-old woman at the time, really developing. Because I think your 20s, you should get to know yourself, understand yourself. But I think in my 30s, that was the one gift. And I was like, I like myself, whether it's flawed, whether it's this, I like who I am. And so I accepted that. And so you have to really accept yourself as well. Accept the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? That comes with you, but that makes you a person. But I think sometimes we talk about the self. I don't think you can really understand self-love without really understanding divine love. Yeah. So you got to understand God's love first, right? Because that's the love that guides you into self-love, right? Because there's a God that made you. So you're a creation and you are created by someone. And so what is the reason for that creation? And for you as the creation, right, to be here in this world. I think once you begin to understand that, then real self-love begins and you begin to understand, okay, there's a plan for me. Me not somebody, you understand? Me not person. I get something I want to do, that kind of thing. I matter. And I fit into the equation of this thing called life. So that's why. So you have to accept yourself. Understand your dark parts. Not all the good parts. They're no more. It's actually the dark parts, the flawed parts. And the weaknesses that you have, and understand those, and like yourself. And so once you like yourself, you would. If you like me, but I like me. So that was
I was listening to something, and the person says, if you not like yourself, now make person go even get power for hurt you, because you don't give the person the ability to say, I need you all the time. You always need people to validate you, to raise your self-esteem, to build your confidence, to boost you up. But if you like yourself to the point that
encourage yourself. Encourage yourself.
Every day you look in the mirror like, I look
I'm
good.
The shit.
I look good.
Yeah, you have to.
And if you do that all the time, you validate yourself. Because you can tell people like, one, you cannot get rid of yourself.
No.
There are times you make mistakes. There are times you get mad at even yourself. Like, I should have known better. I shouldn't have done this. But like, you have to say, hey, me, I'm not going to get rid of you. Like, me and you not. We are going along. We are together. We are one being. So you advise yourself, because people, you should get to that point where you should tell yourself what you did is not good. What you did, you should have done better. Tell yourself before that person goes tell you.
I think yourself does tell you that. And that's why I say you have to and that's why I go back to for me, it starts at divine love. You self, like you say, when I say manning, it no matter what you do, you consciously do, you live with yourself. You don't have to live with anybody else but your actual self. So yourself talks to you. So that's the way you do. You've been made in no say. Nobody not can tell you. So that's the way you do. This, now no more. But you've been made no say what you do. Yourself, you understand? There's a self in you that talks to yourself. So get to know that self, because that's the real self. And that's and that's the guide. So that's what is called the intuition. All the things that's wrapped up in you. So you have to know yourself. And listen to yourself as well. It's important, very important. Trust me.
and we come to this point where we mostly value interpersonal relationship than relationship with ourselves, interpersonal relationship. And some people don't even have relationship with themselves, because one, they're not even there alone. They cannot bear being alone. They always want for those people. And when you're with people all the time, you get to lose yourself or lose yourself. You feel like, okay, might be this person. Oh, I can talk like this person. Might start for talk like this person. Or might start to get like this person, because you not even get a relationship with yourself. Like, what your body need? What you for eat? How you for dress? How you for talk? How you able to appreciate yourself more? And we'll get to that point also where people are not able to forgive themselves. Like, they are so mad at the world and themselves. Like, most people when they go into relationship, maybe at an early age, and they get pregnant, and maybe the relationship didn't last, so they are now with kids, and the husband is nowhere to be found. They are always judging themselves. They never get to that point where they can forgive themselves. Like, okay, I did this mistake. Okay, apologize to yourself. Like, I'm sorry. Now we can move on. There are people who are still stuck to their mistakes, and they never get to that point where they can actually forgive themselves. And if you not learn to forgive yourself, that's why most people are so mad. The more people are in a single parent, you find out that they are always mad at the child, at themselves, and even if they talk to the papa, if the papa call, not so bad blasting. But you get to the point where you have to forgive yourself. Like, okay, I did this mistake. Now I can move on. Okay, May, I'm sorry. You did this. Dust off yourself, fall in love with yourself, the new you. That day you don't do it already. You have a new page to turn to.
Yeah, I think I'll give you a personal story about parenting and children and stuff. And sometimes we judge ourselves based on stigmas around society. Yeah. So I'm born picking. I'm a mom, right? I've been on born picking long. And then I'm separated, divorced, all that kind of thing. Then I can't meet other person back 10 years later. I say to my, then almost the same thing happens again. And you're in that situation where you're like, oh my God, I don't want to pick in there. Not so I should have known Seth. I don't want to pick in there, to papa there, what people gonna say. So I judged myself in that moment because of what people would say, the stigma. You don't know, and if you say, oh, you're not like a guy, don't this and that, you understand? But you don't actually know, like, I was married to these people, it just didn't work out. And all that stuff, and so and in that situation, I had to look at the situation and take the good and the bad, so you don't happy, you don't be. But what is it? And for me, there was a lesson in it. Nothing happens for no reason, do you understand? And so once I took the lesson in, I was like, listen, and then you can pick yourself up and you rise out of that. I'm a badass, so it is what it is, and so and so sometimes the stigmas of society is what we take in. And for okay, I got to judge myself because society judges me, or society has something to say about my lifestyle and maybe the way I do things, and that's society. But what do you say, and what kind of life do you want to live, right? And so once I understood that, actually, now if I can take care of me to pick in there. Nobody can negotiate talk, but nobody can help you. Nobody's coming to save you, by the way. So once I understood that, picked myself up, did what I had to do. And of course, I love myself. And I love myself enough to give myself a fresh start. A new beginning, and to look at it as a blessing. And that all things actually work. And it did turn out to be a blessing in the end, regardless of how the circumstances look or the situation looks. You have to be able to see that these things happen. And you have to give up the issue with, like what you talk say, or some people maybe forgive themselves, the guilt. That's because they're waiting to understand why it happened. You got to forget about why it happened. Nobody cares. Nobody will lie to you. Nobody actually really cares why it happened. Why it happened is irrelevant. Doesn't matter. It's happened. What do you do with what has happened? If you can give up why it happened, you will move on a lot quicker. You forgive yourself. You'll get your shit together. Excuse my language, right? It's public radio, isn't it? But that's partly why people say stuck in unforgiveness and the guilt with him, because they want to know why that person got this to me. Who do you think you are that shouldn't happen to? Who do you think it should happen to? Right?
That's selfishness. It should not happen to you, but should happen to somebody else.
Exactly, right? So who do you think you are that it shouldn't have? What's it better pass you? You understand? So the situation that happened to me, you'd have thought it was a Nollywood film, right? Because you never expect some of the things to happen. But it did happen. And it's what you do in the circumstance and after that makes you. It happened because it needed to build your character. It happened because why should you say if you're not a better person, if you're not a better person? So some things happen. It's not about the why. So don't get caught up in the why, because that keeps you in the unforgiveness, the guilt, the unclarity or whatever. It don't be. So it is what it is. So I hope that has helped somebody.
Just before we go on shortly, I want to tell you about one of the best water in the country. I want to tell you about one of the best water in the country. When I golf water, and it's pure, it's healthy, and it's I just want me to come. Like when you go out,
I don't try.
You try.
I don't try.
Just take a sip. More with chill, you know. We don't put it in your freezer. More chill. Just take a sip and your whole day will be beautiful. So we continue the conversation about self-love. And self-love is drinking healthy water.
Absolutely. Loving yourself.
When you were talking, I also learned about self-acceptance. When you accept yourself, there are people who always want to fit in. And fitting in means you're accepting people's validation or the value people place on you than the value you place on yourself, which means you can settle for anything.
Absolutely.
But when you accept yourself the way you are, let us say you're different. And also you realize different people stand out. There are certain things now what they do as strength is because one person decides to say, this is what I love. There was a time when there are certain fashion lines that are now trending.
They don't come back.
And they don't come back. But those days, when they watch like that's left to the people they play ball with.
Yeah.
Person just decides, say, this I like my design and fine. And now ladies do wear it all the time. So accepting yourself, the fact that you are different, that means you are unique. And you give yourself value instead of waiting for people to value you. And we talk about self-worth as well. If you don't know how you worth or what you worth, you accept any change. You accept any change for you value. And most people are suffering. Well, we all suffer from that. I'm not say most people, especially young ladies. And we just settle for anything because we don't even know how much we are worth. And how much you are worth is based on how you think you are worth. But if you get for it for other person, say, well, you just worth 5,000 units and you do anything for 5,000 you just worth iPhone 15. You do anything for iPhone 15. And you reduce your value. And it comes to a point, you might be the tell you say, this is how much you are worth. Like, you have done it for 5,000 units, why you not go down? Just put it down to 2,000. So all that comes with under self-acceptance. You get to value yourself. You get to know your self-worth. And it also builds your self-esteem. And most times when I hear people say, I get low self-esteem, you need to work on that because if you don't, you like the world already they pressure you for putting self-esteem down. Then you already get low self-esteem, that double hala. So we got to talk about that. And when we're talking about that, we also talk about self-care.
Okay.
And under self-care, we have be kind to yourself. We have the fact that you have to take time for yourself. Not all take time for people. Always you are exhausted. The end for posting. But when you like yourself, there are times your body depends. They tell you say, you need to visit me. So I want to make you talk small about that. Like, how do you really? Just an example. How do you really take care of your maybe mental or emotional being, physical as well?
Okay. All right. That's a good question, actually. I think one of the things that, unfortunately, that is trending, that is the wrong thing trending, is the thing of what high value means. Are you a high value man? Are you a high value woman? It's all a lie, actually. So, so you have to understand what is value ultimately. When you say the value I get for myself, right? Value is beyond, it's not a physical, it's not actually a physical thing you can give, right? So it's something that is intangible that you can give yourself. So you have to value yourself and what you offer to the world. So that's about understanding your gift, your skills, and again, who you are. A lot of people don't know who they are. Yeah, so do you know who you are? That's the question I'm going to leave you guys with. Do you know who you are? Do you know what it means when you say you're God's creation? Do you actually take time and understand what that means? How do you put a price on God's merchandise? And so do you know who you are? And so I think that's where you actually have to start from. You have to understand, who are you? Right? What does it mean to be, like we say, God? We're all now God in creation. Well, I'm God's creation, honey. So, but I understand what that means at the core of me being a person, me being a woman, and me being a member of, you understand, of society. Right? So do you know who you are is the question people should ask. And when you know who you are, you know what you like, what you don't like, what you can tolerate, what you can't tolerate, where your weaknesses are, all that thing, do you understand? And then so you learn to take care of yourself spiritually, mentally. I pray a lot. Pray. You better pray. So prayer is, I feel like that's a form of self-care. So you have what's been misconstrued, unfortunately. The issue of self-care is when people say, I'm going to take a bath. No, that's self-maintenance. Yeah. So there is a self-maintenance part of it, which is like, I want to go and get my hair done, my nails done. Get a massage, get myself maintained, right? But the care I give myself is the internal work that I do with myself. And it's the mirror work, the self-talk. It's praying, it's crying in prayer, it's going through all those things. That's the self-care, because you got to be careful. So waiting there inside, I need to come on and do it, right? So you have to care for yourself enough to take that time out. I say pray. I mean, that's my solution to a lot of problems. I know, but pray. Read, educate yourself. Educate yourself. Read. People are online. I just came into Senior, and online they talk, say, salon people, and they adapt. They know this, they know that. Some of the ideas they will work out with. And that's such a lie. And I tell you why that's a lie. I'm going to market for myself. I'll go and walk. I'm a researcher. The woman with the market woman where they sell cookery or waiting a call to you. Guess what she has in her hand? A smartphone. Do you know what that means? I don't think people understand it, right? So, but she can find her way to TikTok. Yeah. But she could have easily found her way to YouTube and learned some business skills and some business tactics. She could have downloaded an ebook. Like, there's so many things. So when I saw that, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, are people not seeing what I'm seeing? Okay, the opportunity in the market, that's a different conversation for another day. Yeah, but educate yourself, right? Yeah. There's no excuse now not to. YouTube is like, I learned soap making on YouTube. Everywhere, YouTube. There's books, there's things, there's stuff like that. Get educated, do you understand? Invest in yourself. Invest in you. Spend on you. Treat yourself like, if you know, man, treat yourself like how you want a man to treat you. I'll buy myself flowers, take myself out to lunch. You understand? Like, I live good. So because when you come, there's a standard. Unfortunately. Yeah. So I don't mean say, I never gonna cookery back. So I always say to men, listen, or to women, just be well-rounded. Yeah. I'm the girl, we will go cookery back, we'll go sit down for eat. But I actually want to go to Pearl and have a good lunch as well, right? So I'm the best of you, be both. The best of both, right? And just be well-rounded. But invest in yourself. Treat yourself well. If you know you like going to Pearl restaurant, take yourself there first. Somebody will take you. I like flowers. When I was I defend fresh flower. But I'm in London, like, I buy myself flowers every Friday. Ooh. Right? Friday flowers for myself because I liked myself enough to do it, right? And it made me happy for the whole day. So I realized that I'm happy. Not some people posting in the camera. So I learned how to make myself happy. And then other people feed off of that happiness and they get to enjoy
flowers every Friday. You know, Gasti does say, this is the Bible, it's a charisma do on Tuesday.
You understand? Yeah. So you have to be like well-rounded, build yourself. And I guess this is mainly maybe for women and men as well, too, even in this modern society. Build yourself into what you want to see yourself as. Are you somebody you would date as you are now? You go keep yourself, are you there? You don't have to ask yourself that question there. It's all we focus on what the other person can give me and what they can bring to me. No, are you someone that is worthy of dating? With your character, your bad attitude, the way you behave, whatever can keep you. You will keep yourself. So that's what you want to think about in doing the work. And it's work. Yeah. You got to do the work. Yeah. You got to do the work. And when you do the work, it will show. It will come out. So care, that is the caring part. And then of course, if I know I look good inside, then of course I got to look good on the outside. Right? Yeah. So that's where the self-maintenance comes from. But don't focus on the maintenance and doing on the outside without doing the inner work on the inside. And a lot of us don't. And we live in a society, unfortunately, globally, where what I look like is that's the value you've placed on me. But actually my character could be really, really shit. Yeah. And I could actually have a bad attitude and a bad temperament and not know how to talk to people, right? I must then pick it with you. See, if fine te, but
that's
that's
a
a
bit
bit talk.
tough.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that's and that's what they've judged because you don't know how to talk. Yeah. So those are that's the real value you bring. The fact that when I leave somebody, I've left them feeling good about themselves in a certain way. That's a value you can't quantify it, but trust me, it has many, many benefits to come. You understand?
Yeah,
with it.
I understand.
So work on yourself, develop yourself, be a decent that's why you gotta know what your flaws are, your character, the dark side of you. You gotta really understand your darkness. With women, understand that you have a feminine side, a dark femininity. And embrace what that means. Not so for use and for bad.
So that's what we do now. They can't change me.
You understand? But you can use it in so many things and all of that. Obviously, we live in a hyper masculine world. A lot of men complain that women were now masculine and this and that. You don't have to be as a woman. Understand who you are as a woman, your femininity, and how to walk in that, do business in that, live in that. You understand? And just have fun being a woman. That's what I say. And the same for men. Be masculine and enjoy what that means. Don't abuse it, but enjoy it. So I think the question is, do you know who you are? And once you know who you are, all the rest will come in.
So we are opening the phone line. If you're just joining in, this is the Brunch Show on Radio Free 97.1 FM, and we are opening the phone line. Just tell us 3 things you love about yourself. So you can call 088-971-971. Man, woman, tell you 3 things. Maybe the way you talk, or the way you dress, or the way you look. Just take time for appreciate yourself today. So call me, tell me 3 things so you like about yourself. I don't tell you long before, so you go list those 3 things. So you go just call 088-971-971, or you can go on Facebook. Also, this laugh follow the laugh. You can go watch you. What is it they enjoy? So what is it they enjoy? We enjoy loving ourselves. So call on 088-971-971, or go on Facebook and just leave a comment under the Facebook page, under the live show, and we can read them out. 3 things so you like about yourself. Maybe other person go say, maybe person go see from what you don't talk and say, oh yeah, me back, I like this thing about myself. So let's not shame. Keep the calls coming in, 088-971-971. We'll continue the conversation, but no worry, you can stop whenever. I feel like we don't set the real foundation about loving ourselves. And one thing where you talk with so paramount is the fact that when you watch yourself being, you go and date yourself the way you did, the way you talk. The fact that you say, me, I'm not going for change for anybody, but if you meet person with like you, you want me the person change for you, or you want me the person change their characteristics the way you feel like it's not going well, or you just you self-love too much. You go say, perfect the way I did. But we continue with the conversation, and we don't talk about, even in all what you were saying, just for a summary, we talk about personal growth, we don't talk about self-acceptance, we don't talk about self-care, we don't talk about being kind. We want to talk about something real, very short. Remember, you can keep the calls coming in. We want to talk about letting go of comparison. So some people, as I say, maybe when we were younger, some people not ever let go of that trait. While other people are going to accepting themselves and stop comparing themselves with each other, with other people. Because this life, as I say, knowing yourself. When you don't know yourself, you know, first say, me party different from this other person part. We are going separate ways. Even if you're a person a party, best friends, things might happen way easier for them, and things might be slower for you. But then you get to understand, say, this person in partner life, it's way different from mine. Maybe my own pattern need to be stronger. So all the fact that things are happening slow because God will build resistance in me, and maybe the other person like. Village people, then you need so much prayer. Like you say, you have to pray. And maybe the other person, the pastor also, I don't do so much prayer already. That's just an aside. But knowing yourself, you know what you can handle. The things that are already in your hands, or maybe the fact that you have so many lives to impact. So God needs you to wait for a moment and build yourself up, the fact that you have to work on your anger or the way you relate to people. Those things takes time. And maybe so that person, it's so easy and you get for reach and goal easily.
You
but
think
then,
it is. You're thinking it is.
Yeah.
You're thinking. So you're judging from the outside.
From the outside, you know even what's happening to them. Maybe them back things say you're having it easy.
Yeah, so I'll tell you a funny story actually about this thing of comparison and what people waiting people. So I'm in business. I'm an entrepreneur. Always been in business since I was 25, right? And it's a grit. Imona. Yeah, yeah. It's me. But I remember it was so fun. When Mommy Paddy, he looked at me. He said, "Oh my God, I wish I was in your situation." Yeah. Then me they look and say, "Oh my God, you have the 9 to 5. You have an income coming in every month. You have a salary. I wish I was in your position." And I laugh, and I just laugh to myself. Now, see, like, you don't know it's all man. You understand? Like you're thinking the other person has it better. The other person wants what you have already, and then not because you don't know, you don't truly understand what you have. And so that I came away from that experience looking at, okay, what is it that I have that she feels that I have, that she wants,
that you're not even seeing,
that maybe I'm not even seeing. And in terms of being an entrepreneur or being in business, and maybe the freedom, perceived freedom, by the way, that you think entrepreneurship gives you because you work all the time. And stuff. But once I started to understand that, I understand actually what my gift, and it goes back to who you are. I know what my gift, my calling is, and my purpose is here on this earth, right? I live a purpose-driven life. So I know that waiting, then send me now if I can do. Yeah.
Nobody distracts.
So if you understand that, you have a calling. Everybody has a calling.
Everybody does.
You just have to answer it. If you understand what the calling is, you understand how to begin to design your life for that calling. You play to the calling, not to the current situation. So you can't compare yourself to it. There's no one to compare yourself to. There's actually no one to compare except yourself. So it's not really, if you say you compare yourself or say, oh, this person get on there, I get her. Do you know her struggles? Do you know what that person struggles with?
What it took.
Do you know what it takes? You understand? Do you know what happened that's behind the scenes and all that stuff here? I remember watching the Whitney Houston one per name biopic that they do. And do you know that song, her song, And I Will Always Love You, that song. Do you know when she actually really sang that song? She was like on drugs, being abused. Like if you really watch the back, I see. You really don't get people what goes on in people's lives. So how dare you, please, don't ever compare yourself or be jealous of somebody else shit. And so I've learned that. I think being in business has taught me that, because of course, in you're in business, you're trying to grow a business, you're seeing someone else's business grow and scale, and you're like, God, what's going on? I thought I was doing the right thing, right? And I remember I had that, and this is the day God taught me, never envy anybody. Never ever envy anybody. One picking all been to do business. Online business all began 10, 12 years ago in this entrepreneurship journey, right? Because we were doing it properly, we thought it was taking longer for us to get there. Years later, the file, what think happened? I was shocked when I saw online that she was being sued for $100,000-$200,000 because she had been defrauding people, and the business we thought was a business was really like a back scam thing. And this, like no joke, beautiful business model as well that she had and stuff like that. But in that, she was scamming people and then ended up in court, and this, one story after the other. And that was the day God was like, I told you, never envy anybody else because you don't think. But here you are today standing 10 years later with the same business you have. You may think it now has grown to witty one time, but the business thing, and you have that integrity that I've built this business from scratch. Do you understand? So don't envy anybody else because you don't know what someone is having to do or not do to get that money that you think they're getting. And we've seen this all the time in university with the university girls. If you say that name, they all Gucci, they all this, they all that name. You don't know what's it they pay, where they get and there. You understand? Don't put yourself in those situations because it's dangerous. And it makes you lose out on what is for you. What's for you is for you.
It never pass you.
Yeah. So if it's going to take 10 years, it's going to take 10 years. But what's for you is for you. It's the same thing with, I'm in business, of course, so a lot of my examples come from that. But I think business is one of those, especially entrepreneurship now, it's very competitive. Everyone wants to get to the top. But I also know a lot of people I started business with 10, 15 years later now, they left their business and don't go. You understand? So it depends on what you focus on. Me and Mommy Paddy, say we were in the business, we were running businesses together, right? She was building her business, I was building mine. It's because she wanted to look a certain way and be a certain way. You go take Range Rover, they do it in here, in this packaging. So she was obsessed with the packaging and the obsession of looking successful instead of putting in the work to be successful, right? In the car, in an old fake designer bag. Now I say, listen, Louis Vuitton don't need my money. I don't care who knows. Louis Vuitton don't need my £3,000. I need my £3,000. But at the same party, we get problem. Now you they can't.
For why? Don't tell you Louis Vuitton. Go tell her.
Now you go can't say 10, 4, whatever, half money too. They can't say it. Why? Because she's trying to keep up with the appearances, trying to compare herself to what a successful businesswoman.
And then don't put in the work they're able to afford that.
If you put in the work and give yourself the time, right? Because the time thing is about the character thing. Your character's got to be built up for you to handle what is to come right? So one of my favorite parts, she always has to say, the mistakes you make in the valley, you can't make them when you get to the mountaintop.
No.
So make the mistakes and figure out yourself first in who you are, and build that character. Fix those character flaws that you have, before you really... We want to rise to the top, but you don't have the character to handle the top. So build it. So if you work on yourself, again, you focus on yourself, you invest in yourself, you figure out what are your weaknesses. And I think weaknesses, they see weakness and say, not bad thing. No, they're actually
it will help you to
it will help you grow and stuff like that. I'm an employee, like in business. I don't hire my strength. I hire my weaknesses. It's the person who can do the thing better than me that I cannot do that I'm going to hire, right? Because I understand that this, if it puts me there, I'm not getting no interest spanner, right? I don't do my finances or my accounts. It's not my strength. It's not I can do it, but I'd rather get the one that's better than me, right? To do it. So understand your weaknesses. It's not a bad thing. Understand your flaws. Understand your darkness. You know, see big get bad. You know, see big as you know it. Accept it. Even laugh about it. Like you say, that relationship with yourself. I talk to myself all the time. I'm always in constant. You understand? I joke with Sarah. I go laugh to me, Sarah. You understand? Like, I like myself.
I can clearly see that you do.
Because it took work. It took time to shed off the labels from parenting, from education. The education system doesn't help us either. So the way the education system is set up as well puts us in that place of comparison and all the time, right? So you have to shed all that off. You mama, the way you mama, that you people that menu.
They say, you need to see that you party.
Thank you.
They used to do that
There's all of that. There's all those stigmas, all this. So you end up being and thinking you're a person that you probably aren't, right? People say, oh, you know the communication economies. And I thought, am I really that bad of a communicator? Then no, it's because is it that my communication style is different when I'm not and once I realize it's my communication style, then okay, maybe I can adjust the style a little bit. But then actually this is my style. So the person that really wants to communicate with me will communicate. You understand with me. And so that's what you have to understand yourself, your who you are, those weaknesses, and be okay with them. Once you are okay with them, you don't have to compare yourself to Jennifer or waiting Jessica they do or waiting this nuggets. You understand? You then be really truly happy for people because actually you know yours is coming if it hasn't come yet, whatever that means, and you understand that you're walking on a distinct path and timeline. All mine in timeline different. All mine in timeline different.
And then it make you come to even the point that people need to learn. If you want to really love yourself, you need to learn to eliminate self-criticism. Like always you put yourself down. Like I'm not going to do this.
The inner critic,
don't put me forward. Maybe just sit down, man. People always try to criticize themselves.
The inner critic,
all the time.
There's something called the inner. So there's a work by Tara Moha. It's a book. It's called Playing Big. If you ever have time to read it, it's called Playing Big. Read it. And she talks about what's called the inner critic. The inner critic is that's nine. They cost you.
Yeah.
Nine they cost you, babe. They say you're not a better person.
Yeah.
But within the inner critic, you also have what's called an inner mentor.
Oh.
Yeah. So listen to your inner mentor is essentially that who you are in 10 years time. Right? So you have to find time to talk to your inner mentor. So apart from your criticism, you also have a mentor within you. Yeah, and it's called an inner mentor. Tap into the inner mentor. Spend time with your inner mentor. Ask her, like, okay, let's say you get a problem, like a present day problem now, right? I don't know, money, whatever, right? Go in yourself and ask that inner mentor, this is not my problem right now. How do I solve that problem? Because how you solve that problem affects the 5 years and the 10 years, right? So you want to listen to what that voice tells you. I guarantee you, if you listen to it and you follow it, you will see a difference because you have an inner mentor. God placed something inside of you to listen to guide you. To guide you. You understand? So they say intuition. What is it? Prayer is calling to God. Intuition is God speaking back to you. Yeah. So he leads you and he guides you in the way that you should go. So follow it.
Wow. Yeah. I love people say, like you said, pass me. So
I love
all
God.
the time when I'm in church, most times I'm the meet. Hello. Hello. So, or you can continue for calling number 088. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Name and where they call you from, please.
This is Safi from McKinney.
Oh, Auntie Safia, how you do?
Thank you. I said,
no, but tell me 3 things so you like about yourself. Hello? Hello? Well, you continue for calling the number 088-971-971. Remember, you can call on WhatsApp as well, and we save you call on normal call. So we continue the conversation. As I say all the time, people... I always check my face. Like, not supposed to take pictures. I just open the camera. They put the camera down. Some people say, maybe you like if I said, if I'm not like me, they will like me. So, all the time, they say what they watch myself now. They say, is that me mind you fine? You know, fine picking. Fine picking. Yeah, so there was a time where people then they say, maybe like the way you work out, your foot them bend. Then now they set camera, I walk out, watch me food, and I like the audio. I have just accepted every flaw because these are things you cannot change. So you have to love it about yourself. Yeah. There are people who not like the way God build them because even though that's not accept society in definition of how you should look. Yeah. And that's why people are fixing things on their bodies because they want to accept the way society, even the mannequins. I don't say I'm so mad at the way they build mannequins because they just give them that shape. So they tell society, say, this is how you should look for, put on certain dress. Yeah. And now all man want slim, you belly for fly.
I mean, I had this issue when I was growing up when it's so funny. That's why you have to really like yourself. When I was growing up, everybody used to call me balloon bum because my waist being big. So he's like, oh, how when you sit there, you're going to bounce up like a balloon. And then, but years later, everybody wants the balloon bum. Years later, everybody wants the bomb and like that.
And they're putting money in. They're paying for it.
Money. When people are paying for. Thank God, what God gave me naturally, clearly. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And so it was those seasons of and I mean, like now I always laugh about it. Like I used to get teased in school. And I used to really be called a balloon bum because my waist been big. But years later, because one person, maybe Kim Kardashian, made it popular, all my wants big waist.
So you see,
that's why you gotta
love yourself. So continue for calling number 088-971-971 for more talk about 3 things. And identify 3 things so you like about yourself. We don't talk about self-love, and I feel like we really deal with the topic, the fact that you have to forgive yourself, you have to let go of comparison. Our paths are different. You have to take time to care for yourself, spend time with yourself, talk to yourself, and invest in yourself. Where we talk about personal growth, you have to read, you have to get skills. And just fall in love with yourself. You have to accept yourself, both the good, the bad, and the ugly. Maybe like you say, communication-wise, there are people who are not good with communication, or not different styles of communication. There are people who let calls instead of text messages.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome.
Yeah.
Good morning, your name and where you call you from?
As I feel a call still for marketing.
All right. Tell me 3 things you like about yourself.
One, I like myself because I context. Two, I like for make myself happy because
Hello. We're having some network issues. I don't know if now Auntie Safi. Hello. Auntie Safi, now for call back, we really want to know 3 things that we like about yourself.
You share 3 things you like about yourself.
I love my smile. I love my eyes.
Yeah.
I make an look for wear glasses all the time. I'll be posting like see the beauty. I love the way I relate to people. I love the fact that I can understand people easily and know how to relate with them. I can be in a space of 10 people and relate to them different ways, just as the way they are. Yeah. So I feel like it's a gift. There are people who not they relate to people in that way, they relate to people, how then they.
Yeah.
So, and most times you continuously having issues because the person will say, maybe some people like to be talked or spoken to this way, other person like to be spoken to this way. So you know how to talk so introvert or extrovert. You need to go with extrovert energy to introvert. So you're never ever able to open up to you. Yeah. So I have learned that, and I think I love it about myself. The fact that I go some side, like person are the most quiet person.
You can get them talking.
I can get them talking. So it's actually a gift. Yeah. And so you tell me 3 things when you look at my. I don't think you get more good. You have a lot, but just limit it because we give you time.
No. So I like my smile because I do like my smile. I do like that. I've used it a few times. Ladies smile more. Trust me. So I definitely like my smile. I like my shape. I do. I must say, I have a nice shape. Thank God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. And I like my brain. I like my mind.
Do you think?
Yeah. Yes. I like the way I think and the way that I look at things and the brain that I have. So yes, I like what's in my head.
So you see, we don't give examples of things that we like about yourself. So you back call 088-971-971 and tell me 3 things you like about yourself. So man go say the same thing we say. Some man go say, "Tina will not even remember," but I like about yourself. So we want to make you fall in love with yourself this month. Before we go to talk about fall in love with another person, that might be next week. Well, we'll talk about yourself now today. Like you like, okay, man, just ask you like yourself. Like you don't ask yourself that question, do I really like myself or I prefer to be somebody else? And most people prefer all the time, I wish I'd be this person. I wish I'd be this. When a person can tell me that they're not like, do you know what I go through all the time for even keep a sane mind for if me if me tell you now I say I want to be like you, what will you do? So accept yourself. Don't not tell person say you want to be like a person. You are like grow into waiting you don't go into or you admire them, that's fine. But like the way the person they live, I feel like you for accept for being your own person. And we have spoken about that. We have spoken about being patient. I think that's what we haven't spoken about. Being patient with yourself. That it takes time. So I'm going to talk about that and then quickly ask you to continue for the phone lines are open. Call 088-971-971 for. Tell me about 3 things you like about yourself. But before that, as you do call, we still talk about being patient with yourself.
Yeah, that's a good, that's a hard one actually for me. I think being patient, because in my mind, I feel like I'm behind already because of the goals and things I have for myself. Sometimes it's like they call it a disconnect where I know who I see myself to be and I can't understand why this is my present physical situation. Yeah. And so that's called a disconnect of the mind. So where the mind is and where you're at, And so sometimes you could be hard on yourself. You're like, oh, if I don't do this, if I don't do that, and then if I don't have pain and this and that. But again, I think once you let go of why it happened or
Morning.
why things happened.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, I'm name just first for the call from Texas.
Okay. Tell me 3 things you like about yourself.
I want to know my rule for pickup.
Okay. No problem.
I like my voice. Voice not so much big because mechanic always say your voice too small, but I like my voice.
No, we have like your voice. You got nice,
Mechanic,
soft-spoken voice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mechanic always say my voice too small. I don't get my voice.
There's a thing like
He even
man
seems like he
voice.
has a nice smile as well.
I like when I forget also.
All right, thank you so much. So now for today, now the get assignment for Fen, 2 more things that you like about yourself.
Okay.
Thank you for calling.
I like when I forget I'm gonna continue, yeah?
Yeah, thank you. So continue for call on the number 088-971-971. Because in voice so soothing.
He sounds like he has a nice voice. Yeah, he sounds like he has a nice smile as well.
You see when you talk about society telling us how we forbid it,
Yeah.
you know, get my voice. I'm my voice for the
Yeah.
hello. You cannot.
Yeah.
That can just be an additional part of man voice. Some people get that authoritative voice, but you know me say we call it now man voice.
Yeah.
Your voice okay, just the way it is.
Yeah. And I think a lot of things are society and the stigma society play. I think a lot of that comes from our identity.
Yeah.
You have to rid of a
Get
lot of
rid
that.
of them,
What you know, society saying this and that. Okay, like I see food chin, them chin for food.
Yeah.
In me, you know what it was? I didn't buy it. You know why? Because that thing Nagaye Gala anyway.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was like, still? You still have that in your head? You understand?
Yeah.
Like, but that's how ingrained.
And also, that means there are things still in people in LA where they don't tell them.
Where you get the freedom for
and
do.
we not be the
but-
jam chingom, what be the
We say nako na you jam
chingom. But there came a point when mama begins selling out chewing gum. Like, mommy would not get for buy this chewing gum now. We now you force customer access.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
we can jam chewing gum or not.
Yeah.
Then we can jam chewing gum.
Yeah.
But because most people do it to exercise their gums. So if you get accident safe, they advise and say you need for jam chewing gum. So you
The
don't
gums,
know. So, but this all like I say, this stigma all the time.
Yeah.
Before they taste it no do they attach something
to it
to them to them thing.
Yeah.
And when we talk about being patient with ourselves and the fact that if you not get some side 8, you know me saying you not get forget it, but you get to give yourself time. Sometimes you not even give yourself time.
Yeah.
As we start something, we answer for work
Microwave,
so fast. And if you not work, you feel discouraged. I'm not good enough. You inner critic begin telling you're not good enough, but this is not you call it, not so you know this is not for you. And all that can discourage people. So if you like yourself enough, learn to be patient with yourself. It will work out. Any side way they listen to it will work out. If not business, if you say business not get to that point, be patient with yourself. If you feel like some people don't see to us so many times and then party they all they go college, maybe somebody you have to be patient with yourself.
But is that the path for you? So overnight success, there's a saying that overnight success takes 10 years. And it actually really does take 10 years. You have to put 10 years in, right? You have to put 2 years in first. So anything you want to do, let me help you guys small. So you don't think you're failing, because you're not failing. It's just the way life is designed. Anything you want to do, if you make up your mind, say, I'll go back to school or this, anything, a project, whatever you're focused on, 2 years, the first 2 years of that project is going to be absolute hell. Yeah. Your husband go left you picking and go scatter, your finance is going to go bad, your health, like everything that could go wrong is going to go wrong. It's called the 2 year glitch. Yeah. It just takes 2 years to test you. Whether you want to say that God, they text you, the universe, whatever people call it, you got to go through a 2 year glitch process to prove if you really want the thing that you say you want. After you've gone through the 2 years. So in our business, we actually don't work with entrepreneurs that are under 2 years because they haven't been through enough stuff yet. Yeah, your life hasn't crumbled down yet. Your life hasn't crumbled down enough and you still kept the business and the rest of your life fell apart. Yeah, it happens, literally. So we don't touch you because we need you to kind of go through some roughness and then come back and be like, okay, I really want this business. Okay. Yeah. So you go through a 2 year glitch. We don't go through that and they're fine. You see that you come out. The next 8 years or 5 years of that process is to you to bring all of that together. Overnight success takes 10 years. You've got to put 10 years in. Forget what the social media is telling you. Forget what the gurus are telling you. And all what you're seeing and you think you're not seeing, it's a lie. Yeah? Instagram, it's the instant moment. Not the rest. It's something to take for my kind of attitude. Nobody saw that, right?
Yeah.
But you're seeing this thing and it looks so nice. Overnight success does take 10 years because it proves you need a decade in whatever you're doing to really hold on to it and have some kind of grit to this thing that I'm doing. Because in those 10 years, you're going to be tested. Your character's going to be built up. You're going to have resilience. You're going to have relentlessness. Yeah. And you're going to see if you really, 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 really...
You can handle it.
Exactly. Want to do the thing that you say that you want to do. So don't be afraid that it looks like you're in year 5 and maybe it's not working, yeah? Or you're in year 6 and maybe it hasn't picked up yet. Just keep going and stay, you understand, like true to that thing that you know. That's why it's a core, it's a center thing. So you have to be steady in the middle. There's a scripture that talks about like the deer's hind foot. So if you look at the foot of a deer, in foot different. Why? So now make it able to go up the hill. So you have to be that steady person, even though the environment around you is going to change and things are going to change. Inflation's going to go up. Recession's going to come. Dollar will crash you. You're going to sitting there. I think, oh God, why am I in this place here? But you're steady because you know who you are and where you're going and stuff like that. And that will keep you when everything else changes. So know who you are.
This mothers work for nothing, you know. We really want you to fall in love with yourself. We are taking all this time, all this effort to talk into your inner being, your inner person. May like you whole being. So we are almost at the end of the show. But before we go, I want to talk about Love on the Airwaves. We're now one of the biggest events that have happened on the 14th of February. And I forget you. Now we first get for bring this event, the biggest video production event. We'll get for use also for the post now with social media. Then so vendors, you are welcome. You can just call the number 0889719171. And we get corporate bodies coming together. Then they try for associate get access to then clients and also we for radio we also get access to people they would listen to. We loyal listeners. Exactly. So on the 14th of February, call we and we'll give the site for register because you know there are few spots there. So first come first serve. When it comes to vendors, now few spots there. First come first serve and. We go for get raffle draws, people that go for win big prizes, games. It's all about enjoying Valentine, especially if you not get no side for go. No one may sit down and say, dinner lovers day. You also can enjoy we're talking about self-love. Enjoy yourself. Take yourself out. If you get +1 back, not just come. So call the number 088971 or just go on down Facebook for maybe if you want to know more, if you want to be a vendor, just comment and we'll reach out to you. So we are going through our comments shortly. We have from Josetta Camara. Hello, Josetta. We have from Hilkan. He said, she's very good. God bless him, Hawa. And we continue. Oh, he was so into the topic. He continues. Exactly. Nobody cares what you have been through. Nobody cares about what happened. But so if you think about what people will say, you get for take this one. And he continues, keep going. Very true. Wow. He could have just called. And he said, I don't try. I don't know if you don't try.
I don't know. What is he trying?
He said, thanks for coming to Sierra Leone.
What is he trying?
What are you trying? And he continues, true. And Ibrahim T. Kroma continues to, good morning all. We have voice from my shaka. Make her go listen me radio now. Abraham T says, good morning, or I'm sorry for not being able to follow your program until the ending of the program due to exam. Sorry, but you can start you can still start the program since it's on Facebook. And they say, but trust me, I will follow the conversation. Yes, exactly what I'm saying. I appreciate your job. Thank you. Good luck in your exams. I pray that you pass.
Yeah, good luck.
And voice from my Shaka, so the retweet. I think that's all the comments we have for today. And we want to bring, Ibrahim TC, I really miss you guys. Self-love is another broad topic today again. It is. And we really want to make people enjoy their own company, fall in love with themselves, forgive themselves. And I feel like life will be better if you really like yourself, and when that person come in the picture, it will be very easy for them to fall in love with you, because you have already, as she said, you have already set up the standard of the love you accept. When we talk about material things, we talking about the effort the person will put in, because you already don't put in enough effort. Are you safe? And she said we talk about hard work in a relationship, but she was emphasizing on hard work you should put in your relationship with yourself. And we not want to go, but we have to go. And I really want to say thank you for coming. You said you had a gift for me.
I did. Thank you for having us. Of course, always. Like they say, when you come to meet a king, you should always bring a gift. So no, definitely. So we we actually run a soap making company, a body care company. We are called the Soap Connoisseur. And as we say, we've got one of our scrubs here today. Our scrubs are really, really famous. They really help people in marriages, or they will help you get you into one. So make sure you try it. Okay. So we've got one from our consulting company, and it's in there. So it's called the Soap Connoisseur. Check us out online. We're coming to Suriname soon. And yeah, so we do all things beauty and the business of beauty. Yes.
Thank you so much. I love gifts. Just so you know, before Valentine, I love gifts. So thank you for listening to the show. This is the Brunch. We'll be back here tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll be talking about singlehood. So don't miss out, and we want to hear from you and enjoy yourself. So take a time out to love yourself, self-reflect. Any negative energy, share them out. Positive energy, bring them in. Talk to yourself positively and have a nice day. This is how we bring the curtains down. Bye-bye. I was your host, Mary, and I had my guest.
And Mahawa Kamara.
Bye.
It's a new year, and your favorite show is back again with a bang. Say hello to Radio Fry Fry's Mid-Morning